today I'm here to review the Ivy Brasserie down at Victoria, but just before I go in, I've just spotted a bloke that I think I know off YouTube. Aren't you Gary from Gary's Stuff?
Aren't you Joe off Joe Blogs?
Yeah.
Hey.
No, actually, we know each other quite well. We've known each other for a very, very long time. And me and Gary are here to do a double-handed review of the Ivy. So this place is part of the Ivy Brasserie chain. So there's around about 50 of these across the whole of the UK and Ireland. But it relates back to the original Ivy, which is a restaurant in Covent Garden in London. And that one was opened in 1917. And to commemorate that, and just to encourage people to come in when it's not very busy, they've got a special 1917 menu. So basically, you only pay £19.17. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
That's a bargain.
You only get 2 courses, but I think that should be enough. So let's head inside and see what it's like. Okay, Gary, here we are inside. We've got our menus.
Very nice.
Quite posh in here, isn't it?
It's a bit.
So I think the concept is meant to be a sort of traditional British, old school type venue. I think they've done quite a good job. Yeah, it looks pretty good, quite pucker. Seats are a bit natty.
Yeah. Nice next to the window, watching the world go by.
Yeah, we've got a good view here of the world passing in Victoria. So we've got our menus. Now the normal menu here is actually quite pricey for lunch, I think. So the mains are coming in around about £20 each. So if you're having 2 courses just off the a la carte menu, it's going to cost you a fair bit of money. But as I said earlier, we've got the 1917 menu. So it's like being transported back in time 100 years. Let's hope the food's a bit better than it was 100 years ago.
Those big white fivers they used to have. A few of those come out.
Fivers. God, who uses money these days?
I know.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a fiver. Or any money, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I went to the petrol station recently and it broke down, and basically weren't taking any card payments or couldn't pay with your phone. And so they issued me with a police report because they said, you need to give me some cash. I was like, I haven't got any cash. And they were like, well, you have to come back within 30 days, otherwise the police will be prosecuting. I was like, hang on a minute. So yeah, there's a little tale if you're not carrying any cash these days.
Even the buskers here take credit cards.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Anyway, that's the modern era for you. So the menu here, it's a shortened menu for the 1917 menu. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main courses, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desserts. And you can either have a starter and a main, or a main and a dessert. So I've decided to go for a main and a dessert. What about you?
Yep, same for me, I think.
Okay. So I think I'm going to go for the sweet potato and spinach curry, which is tender stem broccoli, sunbush tomatoes, lemongrass, coconut milk, chilli, crispy lotus root, and aromatic rice. That sounds right up my street.
Quite the lot. I'm going to go for the foraged wild mushroom and truffle linguine. Like a bit of pasta, do like a bit of truffle. Wild mushroom sauce with pine nuts, hand-picked rocket, and truffle.
Very posh. Both vegetarian. It's interesting. So we'll go for that, and then the desserts. The desserts here are pretty good. They're pretty special, so that's why I've gone for that way round. I think I'm probably going to go for the chocolate bombe, which is the signature. It's a little bit extra. You have to pay £2.95 extra, which is percentage-wise is quite a lot more, but I think it's worth it. You'll have a look when it comes, and when you see it on the video, it's quite special. So I think I'll go down that road. What about you?
I'm sticking with my old favourite, the flambéed crème brûlée. I do like crème brûlée.
I do like a crème brûlée. I've had that quite a lot here. I've been to the Ivy a few times. Crème brûlée is top end. Okay, so we put our order in. We've got some table water, as always. There's no charge for that, as you know. And cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hopefully this will be the first of many collaborations. If you're enjoying seing me and Gary together, then give us the imperial thumbs up, isn't it, from your channel? Just a normal thumbs up for me. Don't know whether there's a classification at the bottom on YouTube. And subscribe to whatever channel you're watching this on. And we'll see you when the main courses come. Cheers.
See you later.
The food has just arrived. We did have to wait a little bit longer for Gary's dish to come out, but we've got everything now. So I've got my fantastic curry. The smell is amazing. The aroma's good. How's that looking?
It's looking amazing. I like the theatre of delivering it in the pan with the rocket. It's lovely. And you can smell the mushroom and the truffle really, really strongly, really beautiful, really good.
I'm going to dive in and have a little bit of mine, and then Gary can talk you through his. So I've got nice pieces of broccoli on the top here. I'm going to come and zoom in a little bit, cameraman. look at this. Just get over that, yeah. So I've got nice pieces of broccoli on the top, and I've got the sweet potato curry, so you can see the pieces of sweet potato still nice and firm, not all mashed up, and quite a lot of pieces of chilli. Okay, you can go back now. Right, let's get a bit of this sweet potato. Sweet potato is quite soft, very soft in fact, quite flavoursome. Yeah, it's really well cooked actually. In terms of the curry, it's maintained some of its integrity, but it's soft enough that it just basically melts in your mouth when you eat it. And have a little bit of the broccoli. Broccoli with curry is quite an interesting combination because obviously it doesn't absorb any of the curry, does it? It just sits on the top of it, whereas the sweet potato has actually absorbed some of it. Sorry, Gary's waiting for his food. I'm making him wait, it's going to be cold.
And also, you don't want to overdo the broccoli because then it's just going to add too much water to the curry. It's just going to wash it out completely.
If you haven't guessed, Gary's a bit of a foodie. He's actually quite a good chef as well, way better than me. Yeah, that's a good point actually, and I think the broccoli is really nicely al dente, really
Excellent.
tasty. You just have a little bit of the tomatoes, the sun tomatoes. It's a really good dish. Really pleased with that. Right, Gary, you dive into yours. In a bit.
Great, thank you. So here we go. This linguine looks very good. Not too much sauce in it, which is excellent. I don't like pasta when they just drench it with sauce because it's a bit lazy to me, I think. Anyway, going to get a close-up of my pasta handling skills, which is very, very worrying.
The camera's almost in the food there, isn't it?
I promise not to splash the lens.
Always tricky with a bit of spaghetti, isn't it? Wherever you are, whoever you are, you always have that gobbling moment where you've got to sort of try and get those loose pieces in. Can't be avoided, but best way to taste it.
Definitely, straight away, tons of hit of that wild mushroom. I mean, lots of wild mushroom, really, really strong flavour. Very nice. Delicate, creamy sauce, not too overwhelming, not too cloying. It's kind of nice. I suspect they've put a little bit of the pasta water in with the sauce to make it thicker because
the chef talking there.
It's got that sort of slightly floury edge to it, but it's really well balanced, and it's, for me, the pasta is absolutely perfectly cooked. I suspect it's fresh, and they've done it for like a minute, and then into the pan with the sauce, because that is really, really good pasta.
It looks very simple, doesn't it? I think, if you're taking a photo of that and just putting it on the internet, I don't think people would be overwhelmed. You wouldn't say, oh wow, I need to cook that dish, but it's all about the taste and,
Absolutely. That's the best cooking in the world is the simplest cooking, because there's nothing to hide behind. You can always hide behind a fancy ingredient. I mean, it would be easy to overdo the truffle on this and make it too pungent. Truffle should just be a little delight behind it, which is what they've done here. The star here is definitely the mushroom, and that's superb to me.
Interesting. Truffles and mushroom again. Not something I'd cook at home ever. They're super expensive to buy anyway. Those sorts of ingredients, and then if you get it wrong, it's such a disappointment. And while you're doing that, I'm going to nick the cameraman's fish. So, cameraman's having a rough deal here because they haven't had anything to eat yet, and now we're nicking their fish. Remember what this was?
Sea bream.
Sea bream, that's right. So nice crispy skin. It's got a bit of onion underneath. That doesn't come with anything. I think that's one of the things with this 1917 menu. It just comes as the dish itself. So they're expecting you to upgrade, but we're not upgrading. We're just going for the 1917. So let's have a taste this. We'll dive in. Wow. Fish is really well cooked. Skin's really crispy, nice on the outside. Flesh is super soft and succulent. That sauce is quite powerful, isn't it? How would you describe that sauce?
Well, it's very buttery. It's like a really thick sort of beurre blanc sauce. It's very rich.
Quite French, isn't it?
Got a sort of tarragon in there as well, which is brilliant for fish. Really nice.
Quite a nice combination. The fish is actually, the dish itself's quite fishy. Tastes quite fishy, but really crispy, nice, light, succulent. Great. Okay. Right. We're going to crack on with these. We'll probably give this back to the cameraman, will we?
I think should do.
Okay, probably give it back to the cameraman's going to...
Yeah, you have to pay them otherwise.
Yeah, I suppose so, and they've done the close-ups of the food and everything, so... Okay, we'll give this back to the cameraman, we'll eat ours, and we'll see you for the desserts. The desserts have now arrived, and I've got the chocolate bomb. Let us watch it in action. So this is the signature dish of the Ivy, and as you can see, it's a fantastic chocolate bomb that has ice cream hidden away inside it. And as he pours the sauce on, which is hot caramel sauce, you can see that the bomb is collapsing. So it's actually collapsing under the heat of the sauce. So this looks like an amazing dessert. This is, I mean, one of the things, Gary, you just pointed out to me there was that, what was you saying?
Well, it's just as you started filming or just before pouring it on, the waiter made sure the Ivy was at the top. Very nice presentation.
Quite classy.
Presentation is everything.
Absolutely. Well, I agree, presentation is everything with the dessert. This gives me a good indication of the standard of a restaurant. When I go somewhere, I like to see how good the desserts are, because that's when the chef can really put a little bit of flair
They can show off.
Come up with something that's like you haven't had before, that's like the talking points of the meal. So the main courses we had, I think, were really delicious, tasty, but you're not going to tell people about it, probably. Whereas something like this chocolate bomb, you know, if you haven't seen it before, quite exciting and spectacular. Anyway, what does it taste like? So we've got the ice cream, we've got chocolate, there's some honeycomb here, and then there is a foam at the bottom. So really interesting combination of different flavours. You can see this foam is really soft. If you like chocolate, this is ideal, because it's got tons of chocolate, caramel sauce, a little bit of honeycomb. The foam is sort of like a very light ice cream without being cold, so it's just basically like soft ice cream. Caramel just gives it that extra bit of sweetness. That's great, and it's also quite light, so this foam, if it was all ice cream, got ice cream in the middle, it'd be too heavy, you know, I'd be feeling really weighed down by the end of it, whereas I think I can probably manage to eat all of that. So I'm holding you up on your crème brûlée.
You're going to make a good effort, I'm sure. Very nicely presented in this little dish, nicely flamed, nicely evenly flamed. Quite, not too much sugar. I don't like it when they put too much sugar in and you've got to fight your way into the dessert. It should just be this delicate little crust, which they've done. The colour of the brulee is lovely. That yellow is very nice. I'm going to hazard a guess at free-range eggs. Good eggs that they've used to get that richness of colour.
So how do you actually make that if you're a chef? How do you make, what is it, crème brûlée? How do you go about it?
Crème brûlée literally means burnt cream. So you make quite a rich custardy sauce. So eggs, cream, milk, sugar, some vanilla, hopefully. Cook that in and then cover it with sugar and then flame it, blowtorch it, or under a grill. And their grills here, they'd be the salamander grills, which are about that high off, and they're fierce. That would be like 10 seconds, and it's done. I've
been to your house. You've got a blowtorch.
Yes,
for that, haven't you?
Absolutely, yes.
Do you like to use the blowtorch for some of the food?
Oh, totally, yeah. You can smell vanilla, which is good.
It's like a wine tasting, this, isn't it?
It's nice, very, very creamy. It's got a lovely... The brûlée, the crème part of the brûlée, it's not too sweet, but it's got amazing bitterness off that burnt sugar. The sugar goes very, very bitter, and it balances it out. But because it's not too much, it's still got a little bit of crunch, but delightful flavour. Really nice. Good. I do like that.
Cool. Right, we're going to crack on with these. Hopefully we'll manage to finish them. We'll do our best.
Oh, I think we'll manage.
I think we should probably get through it. And we'll see you at the end for the wrap-up and the bill. Okay, so here we are at the end of the meal. We've got the bill. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Joe.
It's your birthday, isn't it? So isn't it traditional for people whose birthday is to pay for the meal?
Happy birthday. You've given me some paper with a demand for money on it. Lovely.
I'm joking, of course. I'm joking. Anyway, we'll come to the bill in a moment. So what do you think of the Ivy at Victoria? What do you think of this place?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's buzzing. It's lunchtime, midweek, really. Not when you'd expect a place to be heaving, but I think it's good. It's got a lot of people in. Nice high ceiling, so it doesn't crowd you with noise. You've been chatting quite easily, not having to shout, but it's still got quite a nice buzz to it. Yeah. I like it here. I like
the layout of the tables are quite good. They're sort of close enough that you've got an atmosphere, but not too close. And sometimes when you come to a restaurant, people are literally bumping your elbow. It puts you off a little bit.
Or they're trying to get past you to serve things and just constantly getting out of the way.
So anyway, let's talk about the food. So we went for the 1917 special menu, which I have to say in this part of town in London is an absolute steal.
Definitely.
Because if you're coming to eat anywhere around here, even if it's a sandwich shop, you'd be lucky to get away with 20 quid for your lunch. So it is a really good deal. But plenty of options. So we had 5 starters, which we didn't touch. We didn't look at the starters. We decided to go for a dessert. 6 options on the mains. I went for the curry, which was sweet potato and broccoli. It was really tasty. Came with a nice little cut side of coconut rice. Sweet potato had been cooked really well, nicely soft. Wasn't too soft and mushy. Still had a little bit of texture to it. Soaked in a lot of that flavour. Broccoli had been cooked really nicely, al dente, so had a little bit of a bite to it. Beautiful dish, really happy with that, and actually a lot of it. So by the time I'd eaten it, I was feeling like I'd had quite a big lunch, and that was before the dessert came. What was your main like?
Main was lovely. It was a wild mushroom linguine with some truffle, served with some rocket on the side, bit of parmesan, some pine nuts, toasted pine nuts. The cream of the mushrooms, the sauce on the pasta was superb, really nicely balanced, not light, not heavy, just really good middle ground. Pasta cooked superbly, fresh pasta. Wild mushroom, definitely the hero of the dish. You can, as soon as it arrived, you can smell the sort of seps coming up. But the truffle also, it's there but not overwhelming. It's so easy to overwhelm, showing off with how much truffle you put on something, blankets everything. This was just a nice addition to it. Rocket was good. Beautiful meal.
It was interesting because it didn't look visually stunning.
No.
From a distance, it looked pretty ordinary. But from what you just said, it sounded quite
maybe that's why they add the presentation element of pouring it onto your plate, serving it from the dish live.
Nice to have a bit of theatre. Oh, there's the man for the bill. Yeah. There we go. We'll talk about the bill in a moment. But there you go. Yeah, I'll get that. There you go. This proves I am actually paying for it. Are we ready to go?
Thank you.
Thanks. Yes, please. Actually, this one's fine. This one's fine.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you very
bye.
much.
There you go. That's some live action.
Quick as that.
So yeah, not only just theatre in the food, theatre in paying the bill as well. And then for the dessert, I went for the signature dessert of this restaurant, which is the chocolate bombe, which I think they've been serving since the Ivy went into its later form. So we didn't talk about it earlier, but the original Ivy opened in 1917, so over 100 years ago. And then it went through a number of iterations. And I think in the 70s, 80s, 90s, it was a bit of a celebrity hangout. The place in Covent Garden.
Yeah.
So you'd have, and I think even today, that central main one still attracts people like Simon Cowell and Maya Jama and all the new celebrities.
Yeah.
But I think Tom Cruise has been there, and a lot of the film stars from the last 20 years. But I think in 2005 it was bought by another group, and they rolled out this concept of a lower scale version, because that central London one is still quite expensive.
Right.
And this is, I think, this is a brasserie, this one, and there's also the Ivy Cafe. So similar concept, and it's a bit more entry level, a bit easier on the wallet. But since they've been in this new format, the chocolate bombe's been one of the most popular dishes. I went for it. You saw the theatre. It's a nice chocolate shell, and then with the hot caramel sauce, it suddenly breaks it down and reveals the ice cream underneath it, and it's sitting on a bed of foam. Beautiful dish. It looks good. It tasted great. There was loads of it. I feel really full having that and the main course, but definitely worth the extra that I paid for. It's only a little bit extra on the 1917 menu. How was your dessert?
It was lovely. I'm very picky with crème brûlée. Very, very picky with crème brûlée. And this was a good one. Very well judged cream, nice texture, nice and silky smooth, nice little hit of vanilla in there. The sugar on the top that has been blowtorched or probably put under the grill, nice and thin, but cooked just enough so it's bitter but not burnt. And that was a really nice sort of foil to the sweetness of the cream. And the cream not overly sweet. A lot you find are like really cloyingly sweet, too much sugar. This is really held back on the sugar, a little bit on top, nice bitterness, crunch. Very, very tasty.
Well, it certainly all disappeared.
It certainly
none
did.
for me. I was going to dive in with my spoon. There wasn't any available.
No,
it was all gone.
Not a chance.
Okay, let's talk about the bill, seeing as I've already paid it. So the set menu for either two courses, either main and starter, or main and dessert, 1917, as I said. So 3 of those came to £57.51. I had to pay £2.95 extra for the chocolate bombe, but I think it was worth it for the video, and it tasted great.
Looks amazing.
And then there's an automatic 13.5% service charge here, which was an additional £8.16. So in total, it's come to £68.62, including the cameraman, who gets a free lunch. So don't believe that there's no such thing as a free lunch. cameraman gets a free lunch every time here. I'm joking, of course. She's going to pay me later. And I think overall, for the three of us, £22-23 each, that's pretty good for
in Victoria, that's
central London.
Good quality food.
Quality of food, quantity of food. A great place to come to. I think, you know, if you're interested in coming to the Ivy, I think this is on at lunch times. It's not on in every single Ivy. I know the main one in central London, you can't get it there. There's a couple of others that don't do it. But I think around the rest of the country, it's available. Mostly during the day. Check it out. Have a look at the website. You'll be able to check out. But I definitely recommend coming because it gives you a flavour of this place without breaking the bank. Really
Definitely.
quite good. So the final thing we need to do today is come up with a score out of 10. So, and it's your first time, but for me, if it's 7.5 or above, then I would return to this restaurant. If it's 7 and below, I wouldn't bother. So it's certainly above. It's 7.5 or above from my perspective,
Definitely.
for sure. I think the quality of the food here is good. It was a short menu, but it was really interesting and varied. So there was lots of different options on there. There was a shepherd's pie, so it was like a lamb meaty option. There was fish. We had a couple of vegetarian dishes. So there were loads of different choice. You could have had steak and chips for an extra $4.95, I think.
Yeah.
So loads of variety. The desserts really had good choice as well. The starters looked interesting. So I like the quality of the restaurant. I like the quality of the food. Service was good. Atmosphere is good. It's a good place to hang out. Great location. It's going to score quite well. I'm personally going to give this a very solid 8 out of 10.
I'd go along with that. Absolutely. I think the food's very, very well done. There's a lot of ways they could have cheated with the dishes, and they plainly haven't cheated. They haven't made those shortcuts. So it would be very easy, especially with a fixed price menu, when as a restaurant owner you're going to try and get that margin back somehow. No stinting on the ingredients. The results were superb. Definitely. The only thing I think I saw on the menu that didn't turn up was, I think they said something about flaming it at the table side.
Oh, right.
I think. But they didn't do that for the crème brûlée.
Oh, right.
But it's just
Sounds
a
like a
difference.
health and safety issue to me.
Difference between a blowtorch and putting it under a grill. No difference in the final result. Still a very, very tasty dessert.
Did look good. Okay,
Yeah,
well, great.
Eight's a good solid.
So there we go.
solid
We've got a consensus view of an 8 out of 10, which is a very solid score. So thank you very much for watching this video all the way through to the end.
Yep.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this of Joe and Gary reviewing some food together, not just on our own, doing it as a collaboration. It's been
Definitely.
fun. Thank you very much for the first one. Happy
My pleasure.
birthday.
Thank you
See
very much,
later.
Joe. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, I believe it's a very special occasion today, Gary. It's your
my
birthday.
birthday, yeah.
So well, it says happy birthday on there. They've got a little chocolate on there.
Turn that round for
So,
you. There we go.
Very nice. There
Nice
we go.
little gold candle.
Don't be burning the lens, cameraman. So, you want to make yourself a wish?
I will. There we go.
Fantastic. What is that? Bit of ice cream.
And some
What's that bit at the bottom?
chocolate moussey type thing. Well, dive in, find out.
It's free. So if you come into the Ivy and you want a little extra, you want to get one of these for free, tell them it's your birthday. So it is actually Gary's birthday this week, not today, but this week.
Very nice. Little chocolate mousse on the bottom. Nice ice cream.
It's all right. A little extra for free, bit of fun. A little bit of chocolate biscuit at the front as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a bonus bit. We'll get that in every video. Or maybe we do. Maybe we say it's your birthday every time we go
I
out.
think that might
Maybe
be
we can
worth
take
doing.
turns.
Yeah.
My birthday next week, your birthday the week after.